On the Solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, Pope Leo XIV presided over Mass at St. Peter's Basilica, where he ordained 32 new priests, marking the conclusion of the Jubilee dedicated to seminarians.
A voi, cari fratelli presbiteri.
The Holy Father urged the clergy to center their lives around the Eucharist, to practice charity, care for God's people, and foster unity within the Church.
In
this age of vast and devastating conflicts, we are reminded that the love of God has no limits. We are called to let ourselves be embraced and shaped by that love, and to realize that in God's eyes, and our own as well, there is no place for division and hatred of any kind.
Among the 32 newly ordained was Gilbert Tika, a seminarian from Ghana. In an interview with EWTN Vatican correspondent Valentina Di Donato, he shared his reflections on his calling and journey to the priesthood.
If you can bring me back to the moment in which you had this calling to become a priest, what was that moment like? Bring us back.
It all started when I was still a small boy in the primary school, growing up in my part of the country, a remote area with a low level of education. The priests are not a native priest from my place. They don't speak my language. And so as a small boy, an altar server, I was active, and I used to go around with the priest, going to the outstations to celebrate Mass on Sunday with the priest and serving as an altar boy. It was in this moment that the priest not being from the place and not being able to speak the language, there was always a need to translate the homily of the priest for the people to understand. And so in some occasions, when there was nobody to do it, even as a small boy, the priest would ask me to do the translation, to translate his homily for the assembly, for the congregation. It was in this context, in one of the occasions, that I got this inspiration. After having done the translation, I felt, oh, but why don't you become a priest one day so that you can talk to the people directly yourself, instead of translating what another person is saying? I want to share also my own experience. And so this desire started growing in me as I made more experiences of this sort. Yep.
So that moment, that contact with human beings in your community back in Ghana, it sounds like really moved you. What would you say as Friday you will be embarking on your mission to become a priest? What is the role of a priest today in society?
Being a priest today for me also means that I need to be a sign of hope for the people with whom I live, the people I am going to minister to. Practicing the habit of looking at things with the eyes of Jesus Christ and helping others to look at the world and look at the events with the eyes of Christ, and let the people feel that they are still loved by God, because sometimes in the midst of many things we tend to forget that we are being loved and God is with us.
You're about to start your mission on Friday. Pope Leo just recently became Pope. How do you see him, Pope Leo, who will ordain you on Friday?
I feel that he is a gift to the Church at this moment, and beginning his ministry as a successor of Peter, talking about peace, the gift of peace from the risen Lord in a world today that is almost at the verge of war. There are many wars at the moment. And so this desire of presenting peace to the world, for me, is a good sign, and I wish to see this dream of the Pope come through through the participation of each of us.
You'll be returning back to Ghana. What makes you want to go back to carry out your priesthood?
I feel happy about going back to Ghana again, because first of all, my bishop sent me to Rome to study and to come back to Ghana in the diocese of Damango to minister there as a priest. And for me, I feel that it's an opportunity to make an experience of the Universal Church, the richness of the Church, and I like to share this experience with my own people.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.